Page number 75, the last paragraph. I'll continue from there. From that day on, Demosthenes began to work in a different way. He converted one of the cellars of his house. Cellar is a small room, okay, in a house into a study. Basically, it is an underground room used for storing things. Okay, cellar, when you call a cellar, just say storeroom hota hai, that is what a storeroom is. But the storeroom which is under the ground, underground, that is used for storing things, is what you call as a cellar. So he converted one of the cellars into the study room. There he practiced undisturbed. And why he converted the cellar, why he chose that cellar? Because there nobody will come and disturb him. So he just can practice undisturbed over there in the cellar. He often lived in his study for 2 or 3 months at a stretch. They say he went to the seashore and shouted his speech with pebbles in the mouth. It made him struggle to bring out every sound. So when he spoke without the stones, the words came through loud and clear. He watched himself in the mirror as he spoke to improve his expressions, gestures and action. So this is what he did. He locked himself in the cellar for 2 to 3 months so that nobody can disturb him and he can go on practicing. He put pebbles in his mouth and he shouted the words, and the moment he took out the pebbles from his mouth, he could speak very clearly and the sound could be heard very loudly. Then he stood in front of the mirror and he spoke. He recited so that he could see the expressions on his face, that how his eyes are giving an expression, what is the expression on the face when he's reciting a certain line. So he wanted to see his gestures, he wanted to see his body language, what and how he was looking when he was reciting the poem. So this you all also do when you go for elocution competitions. You know, sometimes some children do that. They stand in front of the mirror, they try to recite with the, the mouth movement, and they see the eyes movement, they see the pronunciation in the mirror. They want to see how they are looking when they are reciting a poem. So same thing he also wanted to do, and he was doing it because he wanted to see how he was looking when he was speaking, what was his face movement, how and what were his gestures when he was reciting the poem. So this is all what he did in order to improve himself. Page number 76. He practiced speaking as he walked or ran along the seashore. So he used to run on the seashore and used to shout and speak while running. That also helped him improve his speeches. Voice, basically, not the speeches, but the way he used to speak. He raised his voice so that he could be heard over the roaring waves. He stood near the seashore, and if you have heard the sound of the waves, they're so loud. So he used to stand near the seashore and used to shout so loudly so that his voice could be heard even beyond the voice of the seashores. लोग उसकी आवाज उस आवाज में, जहां पर सी शोर की आवाज है, इतनी तेज आवाज है, उस आवाज में भी उसकी आवाज सुन सके. That is what he tried to do when he was near the seashore. He also practiced speaking as he ran up a hill. He used to run up the hill, keep on running up the hill, and used to go on speaking and speaking. Okay, so this is another practice which he did, how to improve his speech. All these trained his breath, voice and tone. Running up the hill, standing near the seashore and shouting, putting the pebbles in his mouth and speaking. All this when he was doing, it was helping him to improve his breath, improve his voice and improve his tone. So all what it did was just to improve his breath, voice and tone, so that when he speaks, his speeches become very, very powerful with strong words and with strong voice. Demosthenes' speeches were now filled with drama and purpose. So finally he succeeded and he spoke, he just gave the speeches in the public in a very, very powerful way. So his efforts, his trying had made him a successful orator later on. He was no longer the boy who was shy and spoke with a stammer. So he had completely transformed into a different person altogether. He was not any more shy. He not stammered anymore, but he was such a confident orator who could very well go and speak in the public in front of so many people, and people loved to hear him because he had worked very hard to improve his speeches. So this lesson teaches us a very, very good thing, that we should try and try till the time we don't achieve our goals. So try till you succeed, and it applies to you all also. Don't give up, but keep on working in your academics, in your work, whatever you do, till the time you don't achieve something good in your life. I hope you all have understood the lesson. If you have any problem, you can just read the lesson again and you can follow.